neck giraffe who lives in a trailer park, right? Well, dun 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 dun, guess what? Now she's in the zoo with all her little troll friends. She's got the orangutans, and she's got the. I don't have no apple to eat. She's got the monkeys and orangutans. She's got what else? What can we say? I know, Debbie. No problem. It's okay. Um, you know, same old zoo animals. You know how that goes. But anyways, long story short, let's get the story going. She thinks she's the head of all these animals at the zoo, you know? But what Shady Giraffe doesn't realize is that they all just let her think that. But at the end of the day, she's all the way at the bottom, and all they do is just let her think that she's something special, and she's not. So one day, actually, it was the end of the winter, and as all of the zoo animals, you know, were ready for summer and spring to come so they can get out and see all the people and do the things that they love to do, Shady Sharon thought she could run the zoo and boss them all around and tell them how to get things going. So she starts by waking everybody up early in the morning. So she goes to the monkeys, tries to wake them up. No luck. Shady Giraffe, the long neck Shady Giraffe goes next to the whales. And they just all looked at her, and they took their flippers and they just flopped and splashed her and just laughed. So anyways, you know, she goes down the line, she goes to the birds, she goes to the, you know, penguins, and then she goes, you know, lions, tigers, all that. But what she seemed to realize finally is that none of them respected her and none of them really liked her whatsoever. So at the end of that day, well, no, not at the end of the day. So what does she do? She goes back and why is no one listening to me? She just couldn't fathom the thought of no one wanted to respect her, listen to her. All she was this long neck giraffe that thinks she's the head of the honchos when really she's not. She's just the ugliest giraffe you've ever seen in your life. Her neck is literally triple the length of a normal giraffe neck. So she ends up walking around the zoo trying to figure out why all these animals weren't respecting or listening to her anymore. So next thing you know, she goes to the whales like, why would you guys splash me like that? And they're like, well, first of all, because you need to take that nasty look off your face. So we thought splashing you with this water would knock it off. And she gave them the look like, they were like, well, that didn't work. They turned around. This time, the great white whale splashed her again. This time, they knocked the giraffe over. You know what it looks like when a giraffe gets knocked over? They get kind of stuck. So they're all laughing and kicking and cracking up, just making fun of her because she couldn't get up, right? So she ends up just laying down, curling in a ball, and just screaming because she couldn't take the thought of nobody liking her like she thought they did. But little did she know, she was the one that was going to get kicked out the zoo because every other animal had voted to make her leave. So after they finally got her up, the zookeepers finally came and helped her get up. They put her back in her, her cage and her little domain. Shady Sharon ends up just making herself a little tent and saying she has no friends. She just laid there and cried all night long. So, come to find out, Shady Long-necked giraffe is a friendless, miserable, sad, poor little giraffe with the longest neck you'll ever see. The end.